Hello, folks. Welcome to Arcane Games as part of Heavyweight Gaming. And today we're going to be playing Tales from the Loop. And I can hear myself 3 times because I put the Twitch.
It took me a while to figure that out too.
Go to. Hello, everybody. So today we're playing Tales from the Loop.
Oh.
We have never played it before. We barely know the rules. The closest we have to knowing the rules is Nathan. And Nathan made his character sheet 10 minutes ago.
That's a
So,
lie. You made it less than 10 minutes ago.
So yeah, this will be fun.
Roll some d6s, have some fun. What's more to know?
I think AD is just moving everyone around.
Yeah. Heather and Annabelle were the opposite people.
Yep. So, to those of you who don't know me, I'm Rob. I'm Arcane with Heavyweight Gaming. And these are people that I've dragged to play today's game who can introduce themselves. We'll start with Kelly.
Yay. Hi, I'm KJ. Rob and I are sat in the same room, so if one of our mics go wrong, both of our mics go wrong. So apologies for that in advance. Yeah, do you want us are we like introducing characters at the same time, Rob, or just ourselves?
Yes.
That is not the answer I expected to a multiple choice question.
Just go with that.
Yeah?
Introduce yourself and then your character.
Okay, cool.
Go
I'm
around the
gonna-
room.
I'm going to be playing Tommy. Tommy is the eldest kid in this group of nerds and not nerds. And he is a bit of a video game computer geek because I stick with what I know. That's me done.
Brian.
Right, hi guys. I'm Nathan. For those of you that know me, you've probably seen me on some of the Heavyweight Gaming stuff. I am playing Brian Grease. Brian Grease is a budding high school quarterback, big San Francisco 49ers fan. He is hoping to take over from his mentor, who is the current high school quarterback when his time comes. He's a 14-year-old kid, and he is just out to win everything.
Ooh, Heather.
Yeah, hi. So my name's Pam. I'm a long-time listener, first-time caller. And today I'm playing Heather. She's a popular girl who does a lot of gymnastics, and she is looking to join the cheerleading squad.
Annabelle.
Hi, I'm Charlie. I'm playing Annabelle Miller. She's 13 and a massive bookworm nerd. She desperately wants to get her name in a scientific paper. And she has a pet robot dog called Einstein, who's a little Jack Russell type.
And that is the perfect kind of segue to explaining a little bit about Tales from the Loop. We are set vaguely in the 80s, and the best way that I can explain this game is kind of like Stranger Things. A bit like Stranger Things, but a bit weirder, with more sci-fi as part of their everyday. So a big part of this is that if I describe something to our players that is weird, they'll probably take it as this is normal every day. If I tell them that it's weird, then it's something weird to them. But for example, we have Charlotte's robot dog. We have a number of weird things about the world. You can clone your pets. Most kitchens are fully automated. There's hoverboards, autocabs. The president is a robot's head. There are the Robo Olympics that Brian likes to watch. And there are no bugs. All bugs got killed off. And also the Nintendo powered glove was successful.
You told me to think of something that was unusual. That's the most unusual and unbelievable thing I could think of at the time.
It is Daisy who's been cloned too many times already. So, before we go right into it, I'm also just going to quickly plug Tasha's heavy clock pot. We have done this on DM's Guild. We have released a PDF as behalf of Heavyweight Games. And yeah, we're at 8th place. We're the 8th most popular title on DM's Guild, which is really cool. So if you want to go check that out, that's really cool. I'm not good at the plugging. Usually I'd have Mel or Aidan do it. So, yeah. Yes.
Like me to do it.
Hmm?
Like me to plug it.
Yeah, sure, you do it.
Cool. I'm about to plug this book with a limited knowledge of exactly what's in it. Tasha's Heavy Crockpot of Bits and Bobs is a new book written by the DM who is sat behind me over there, which is why I keep doing this and showing everyone the side of my face on a regular occasion. It has also got other writers in it, such as Daniel, who is in chat at the moment, Elle, who is Annabelle, Charlie's partner, and a bunch of other people, Stu, who I think you know, another guy called Ben, who I don't know, but I'm sure he's great. And it is a bunch of extra material that you can put into your game.
And
so if you,
Stu.
huh? What?
And Stu.
I said Stu, didn't I?
Oh, okay. I didn't hear
You've
Stu.
ruined my flow. Where was I? Another guy who's probably cool. Essentially, if you have played D&D for ages, or you've just come into it and just want to start with something that no one else has seen before, it has different abilities in it, different character backgrounds that you can start with, different progression that you can take your character on. It's essentially adding to an already huge world, or if you are playing in your own world outside of Faroon, which is the base D&D world, you can just add it in there, so you are starting your own completely unique world. And that is what the book is way
It's
cheaper
gravy
than anything of
time.
source books, which is always a bonus. And my partner gets money if you buy it, so go get one.
So does mine. So.
And so does Charlie. I don't which direction is Charlie, that way maybe.
You want to point that? Yeah,
That way?
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm down here.
Cool.
You're up there.
Yeah, Stu
The
is
low price of
the
$9.95.
Stu is in our Saturday Pathfinder game. So yeah, it's nice community created within Heavyweight Gaming and friends. So hopefully this will be like a little bounce board. What's bounce board? What's that board that you use to bounce with?
Which one? The Segway or the stupid hoverboarding thing?
No, we like that.
Springboard.
What are we
No.
talking about, Rob?
I'm looking like when you kick off the board just so you can get a higher jump.
Kickboard.
Springboard.
Yeah, that.
Skateboard.
No.
Springboard. Surely.
Springboard. Yeah.
I don't know what context we're even talking anymore. I think
We want to springboard up, like
I'm so
it's a
confused.
nice.
launch yourself.
Yeah, that's the one. Don't look at me like that.
I just feel like I've just sucked all the charisma out of you by really over the top advertising, and now you can't think of the word for up. But please carry on, DM. I'm really setting myself up for some real problems tonight, aren't I?
Yeah. So yeah, Tales from the Loop. We are all playing. I say we. They are all playing kids between the age of 11 and 15. They're still in school, and they're dealing with lots of normal everyday kid problems. Unfortunately, their everyday kid problems also include robot dogs, the fact that there's no insects in the world, and various other things that they will find out during this session. So we're going to start with, again with Kelly. As you wake up on your day of school, what does your room look like as Tommy wakes up?
What does my room look like? Well, it's got bunk beds in it, but it's not a bunk bed, a cabin bed where it's got the little table and desk underneath it, and the bunk bed on top. Show us your crib. With a computer and an Atari next to it in that room, which is quite a big deal. No one touches it. It's got a bunch of music posters and movie posters and stuff all over the walls. Not tidily. They're just, if there's a space, that's where it goes. Yesterday's clothes are like over there, and the day before's are over there. And I think the day before that's like somewhere over there, but we don't worry about that. Mum will fix that. No, she won't. Dad will complain that Mum used to fix that once upon a time, and then I'll have to do it. And yeah, there's a nice big sign on the outside of the door that says, "If closed, keep out. Gaming in progress." Because cool kid, not cool at all.
Cool. So you wake up, how do you get ready for school?
Where's the nearest clothes? Pick them up, sniff them. That'll do. On they go. Go downstairs, eat. Remember that brushing your teeth is a thing. Go back upstairs, do that. Brush my hair, I guess. Just leave just in time. Like minutes to spare.
Yeah. Is that home?
This early in the morning, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I imagine I'd leave before him.
I think so. I think he's very typically like sitting on the sofa watching the TV. He looks similar to you in the idea that he looks like he needs to properly get dressed, and has probably thrown on a similar just fur shirt you could find.
Yeah, fair.
And although he does have like a glass of orange juice and cereal bowl on the table, he also still has the 3 empty cans from last night.
Seems about right. Has he noticed me come up and down? Because if not, I'll probably just go.
He's grunted in your direction as you come down, but as you're moving around, he doesn't get up, he doesn't turn around. Unless you start the conversation, he kind of just continues to watch back the TV and makes vague comments about the news that's happening in front of you.
Nah, I've got no news to give him. It's more interesting than what's on the TV. I'm just gonna... As long as he's there tonight, that's all that matters.
Fantastic. Let's move on to the other side of that family with Heather.
So Heather's alarm clock is set for 6 a.m. every morning. It goes off. She sits up. She has to take the pads off of her eyes, gets herself up out of bed. The whole bedroom is done in immaculate shades of pastel pink. Every pink you could have. There's little flounces over the window. Everything is got lace or ruffles. It's all shiny in a kind of vaguely 80s kind of, maybe that's not made out of cotton sort of way. And there's a framed New Kids on the Block poster above her vanity where she does her chapstick lip gloss in the morning because she doesn't really do much in the way of makeup. And she goes through her morning routine. Everything is like click, click, clicks, all very well organized. Her closet's got everything hanging in rainbow order from red on the left down to purple on the right. And there's a set of gymnastic medals hanging from the curtain rod that she just kind of gives a glance to on her way out the door in the morning.
Cool. Is Mom home?
Mom's almost never home, and if she is, she's usually sleeping. Third shift, second shift, I can never keep track of where she is when. So I kind of make my way out of the house if I don't see her downstairs having breakfast.
I think it's probably like a little note, like a little post-it note on the kitchen table, just like a little bit of like mantras, but she's demanding the mantras upon you. Just like, remember to be good, do your stretching.
Yeah.
Double check your makeup before you leave the house.
Yeah. Don't forget to check in with the coach. Tryouts for next week. So she will be reminding me to be perfect.
Fantastic. Let's go to Brian. How do you wake up in the morning?
How does Brian wake up in the morning? Brian wakes up in the morning about 5:45 a.m. He will get up and do a series of press-ups. He'll then go out and do a jog. He will come back to his very extremely well-ordered house where everything kind of has its place. There's no junk lying around. There is a trophy cabinet on the way in through the main door. He'll wander into his kitchen. He'll get a bowl of Fruitios, cheddar on those, probably have a bagel with some cream cheese. Then he'll go and get a shower. He'll come back to his bedroom, which is essentially a shrine to the San Francisco 49ers. Including kind of back-to-back championship posters from the 88-89 Super Bowl season, a like big picture of Joe Montana throwing a ball, and his own ball just kind of sitting on its shrine of its own on the sort of desk that he might occasionally use to do some schoolwork. his own little mini sort of trophy display on a little shelf hanging against the wall, a big poster of Jerry Rice. And everything in the room appears to be almost entirely related to the 49ers, except two unique exceptions to that. One is a Guns N' Roses poster that takes pride and place above his bed. And the second thing is a poster slapped to the back of his door of Meg Ryan.
Okay. What about your parents? Are they home?
Yeah, mom's kind of home, generally kind of just like preparing breakfast, making sure everything is sort of okay, and kind of just sort of busying herself, generally sort of looking after the family. Dad's home, doesn't massively talk to Brian much. They kind of acknowledge each other. It's all kind of like very short, sharp. Hi, hey dad, hey son, good luck, have a good day, throw well today is the kind of stuff he gets as he's going out the door and heading off to catch the school bus.
Yeah, cool.
Taking with him his ball.
I think your father also, maybe like he has the paper open when you go downstairs, and he's more circling specific games that are happening soon, and has a little notepad to the right of him where he's making bets.
Okay.
And you know that he bets every now and then, but he's got a good eye. He's never really, he's lost some, he's won some. He's made more money than he's lost, and he's always very proud of that. So he takes a lot of time with each bet.
Okay.
But occasionally, every now and then, he'll point the paper at you and just say, "Well, we're watching this one."
Sure, Dad.
And then we'll move on. Annabelle, how do you wake up in the morning?
Annabelle is woken up in the morning by Einstein, her robot Jack Russell, who is programmed to wake her up at 7 a.m. every morning. With like maybe some Beethoven music. It's kind of like that Lilo and Stitch thing where like mouth opens and music. So Annabelle's room is, most walls are bookshelves. It's just there's books everywhere. They're lying on the floor. Like they should be tidied up and put back in place in order, but they never are. She has like a little reading nook. She has bay windows. So she has like a reading nook there with curtains that she pulls over. And I think she has just like a single bed kind of like shoved into the corner, but it's one with drawers underneath. And she has where she's kind of like hidden away her childish toys because she's 13 now and she doesn't think she gets to play with them anymore. So that's where all of her My Little Ponies are. So that's her room, and that's how she wakes up in the morning. Gets dressed, brushes teeth, goes downstairs for breakfast to see if Mum's made it or not. If not, it's cereal.
I don't think she has.
She's probably busy with her sister, Megan. Yeah.
Get downstairs, and Megan is there with your mother, and they're just trying to go over some bits and pieces. As you get downstairs, it's quite obvious to you that Megan's a little bit red in the face, a couple of tissues on the side. It's nothing abnormal to you at this point.
Yeah, it's sort of, it's like 1 out of 3 chance that this is how every kind of like coming downstairs in the morning is gonna look. So like, she doesn't mean to be mean, but it's at the point where like her sister's always like this, so it's just sort of like, that's that. I'm gonna get breakfast and eat and go to school.
For some reason, I've got in my head that Megan is in a wheelchair. I don't know if that fits with your vision of things. Or
Yeah. I think I think Megan has some sort of cancer or something. I think they might still be doing tests and stuff, but she's never well.
I think it's one of those things that maybe they've tried to explain to you a little bit. Also, you're still quite young and maybe just don't really process that. So we can leave that a little bit ambiguous.
Mm-hmm.
But it does represent a little problem with getting to school. So I think your mother will probably turn to you and say, your dad's out for the moment. He's on a job. You can wheel her to the school, and then the teaching assistant will take over from there.
Okay. Yeah, I suppose that's fine. All right. Okay, Megan. I suppose I better get your books and stuff. And she excuses herself from the kitchen table and goes into Megan's room to pack her bag for her as well.
Okay. So we'll fast forward a bit. It is the first day of school of the week here, the Monday morning. And what has everyone been up to over the weekend? Let's start with Tommy.
That's me.
Just a quick thing of what you've been up to.
Oh, a quick one? Okay.
Yeah.
I was involved in a Space Invaders tournament at the arcade, and I placed second, which is 2 places better than I did 2 weeks ago. So I'm getting better. And apparently next time we're doing Donkey Kong, so that's going to be good. Pretty good at Donkey Kong, so I fancy my chances. That's what I did pretty much all weekend.
Are you telling this to Elizabeth on your walk to school?
Sure.
Okay.
That's who I'm walking to school.
So Elizabeth, is one of your friends that built a computer program that cracks codes. And over the last few weeks, you've been listening to scrambled radio communication.
Yeah, she's weird.
She said,
I like
that's
it.
really cool. I heard a few more things on the radio.
More numbers?
No, not numbers. This
Okay.
like the number channel. I don't know why you're interested in the number
I just
channel.
think it's cool. It's a radio station, and all it does is say numbers. That's cool.
It's literally just four numbers over and over again.
Yeah, but it clearly means something. Otherwise, someone wouldn't do it.
Okay. Well, I didn't listen to that. I was
Okay.
listening to, the guys. They keep referring to themselves as like salmon and cod.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, don't know what that's about, but it's just like weird check-ins every now and then.
I reckon it's like military.
I mean, maybe.
Whoa.
I don't know what accent this is. But I think I've been trying to note it down. I don't know if you want to look it over with me and maybe try and work something out.
Sure. When? Busy
Lunch?
tonight, but
We could do lunch.
yeah, okay. I got nothing else to do. Cool.
That's good. And then she just starts asking about your Space Invaders again.
And I tell her in sickening detail, down to the last pixel.
Cool. Heather, what have you done on the weekend?
Yeah, so I think Heather probably had a gymnastics competition at the weekend. There's quite a couple of competitions going on at the moment in the run-up to state. It's not an Olympic year. Obviously, I missed out on the team for 88, but she will have been competing on the parallel bars, the uneven bars, and trying to, maximize her score on tumbling, and probably came away with, not quite a place in the competition, but she's really keen to, get back into school and practicing for cheerleading, because she kind of views gymnastics as a means to the end in terms of learning the tumbling skills she's going to need to make the squad.
Oh, and who are you telling what you did over the weekend to? You've got Tonya, and is the head of cheerleaders maybe walking with you, or?
Yeah, so she's probably in the back of the bus. So she'll get the bus to school, and she's kind of all the way in the back row of the seats in a yellow school bus with a group of other kids who are also in, the top grade of junior high. So a bunch of 8th graders, all kind of popular kids occupy the back of the bus. We'll be talking about what we got up to the weekend and plans for the rest of the week, where we're going to hang out after school today. School doesn't figure in much of this.
And I think Tonya turns to you at one point and is just like, "Oh yeah, so what are we gonna do tonight? Because you said you've got that project with Annabelle."
Oh God, I forgot.
Yeah, you're like, but you have to come over.
Yeah, well, I was hoping we could go and get a shake, maybe, or go to Mickey D's, but we totally need to get this project complete. And I'll be honest, I told her I'd write the introduction and the conclusion. I have started nothing. And if she's not going to do the bits in the middle, which actually cover, the project, we're so screwed.
Well, you got to get it done quickly.
Yeah, I guess I better find her. Maybe I'll see her at lunch. But
It's weird. I'm trying to act like a teenage girl, but I don't know how to act like a teenage girl.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Okay, well, you go finish all that up, and then we'll go for a shake. We'll wait at the mall.
Yeah, wait for me. Do not go without me. I just need to find Annabelle, make sure we're all right over lunch, and then I will find you. Do not leave school without me. We will meet up.
All right. I will wait at the gate after school. If you're not there, 20 minutes.
No, you will wait. Look, we don't leave without each other. Not like you did last time. Tanya, look, I'm telling you.
Gotta get it done.
I will find her. It'll be fine.
All right. Then we don't have a problem. Brian, how do you get to school?
How do I get to school? I'll get the school bus in. I'll basically go and kind of sit at the back of the bus, just kind of spinning the ball in my hands. Way better than I could do it.
And who are you telling? What did you do this weekend? What were you just going to?
Brian will be narrating away about just football stuff, basically, talking about how he's already bored after sort of 2 months of no football post the Super Bowl. Not interested in what's going on in the baseball. Colorado don't have a major team at this time, so he's just lamenting the fact that he's got to watch crap with his dad that he doesn't really want to watch, and kind of non-NFL games of football that are running in local leagues, etc., and stuff like that, and trying to figure out what's going to be going on with the 49ers, and kind of narrating about the fact that they've just kind of their head coach has been so successful, and Bill Walsh has quit after winning the Super Bowl back-to-back, and trying to work out what's going to go on with the team. Rumors that Rice and Montana might be unhappy because Walsh is gone, and will they be able to do the three-peat that everyone's expecting from that team and stuff, and that's basically been what he's just starting on about. Not really talking about his weekend, just kind of he's probably not necessarily seen his school friends over the weekend. He's probably just been either hanging out by himself or hanging around with some older kids that he plays football with, rather than some of his school friends.
Yeah. So I think there's a lot of people around you as you're talking about all of this that are genuinely interested in trying to get involved in the conversation. But you've got also Brad there, who is, as you know, the high school quarterback.
Yep.
And he's kind of phasing in and out. He's a bit like he's older than all of you. He's cooler than all of you. He's the quarterback. He's heard it all before, and he engages. And he looks out the window and stares out the window for a bit, and he engages again. But you quite like Brad. You aspire to be at least in his position. Maybe not be Brad, but you want to be where Brad is. And sometimes you glance over him and he makes a face as he's looking out the window. Just kind of trail your eyes to where he's looking, and the bus is going, so you don't get a good look. But you swear you see something orange, kind of low to the ground, and it's not there. It blurs by. It might just be one of the robots.
Okay. Hey, Brad, everything all right?
Yeah. Everything all right with you?
Yeah, man, just bored.
Yeah, ain't that the truth? I cannot wait for this year to be over. And as Nathan has asked me privately, we're going to say it's about springtime, and it will be coming up to like the end of your school years.
You got anything lined up for summer, Brad?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go around the country. Gonna go and try and like get involved in the industry, you know. Just really get my name out there one way or another. Just try and meet people, you know. Walk up to the biggest agent I can find and be like, let me show you my stuff. I don't know how well it's gonna work, but it's worth a shot. And I'm gonna take my shot.
Well, you want to throw some passes sometime. I'm always happy to run out with you.
Yeah, go on then. We'll I've seen you play a couple of times, but we'll say like lunchtime. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
All right.
Want to meet
I'll
out
see you
on the field?
Yeah.
Sure. I'll see you there, Brad.
Goes back to look out the window.
I'll kind of look sort of past him, see if he's looking at anything in particular.
It's not looking at anything now. Now it's just kind of like a general, like he's more looking for the sake of looking out the window. And then Annabelle, what did you get up to over the weekend, and who do you tell about it?
If Annabelle's pushing Megan to school, then she's probably explaining about the science project for like end of year that she's working on, which is short wave radio signals that she's going to plug into Einstein to like have him speak like with other dogs, but like potentially like can she find a wavelength that like normal dogs react to, and how like she's trying to do research on that. So she's trying to get in contact with a local dog shelter, see if she can take the like Einstein there, but they didn't answer the phone this weekend, so like maybe they were busy, so sucks. Yeah. Science. I just want to find a way to make Einstein talk to other dogs.
And
so I feel bad. I feel bad that he's by himself and he can't speak to the other dogs. But and not many folks have the robot dogs. So I'd like him to be able to talk to more people.
And Megan kind of nods along as you say these things, so you can kind of tell it's not really going in, but she's just trying to humour you. And every now and then she asks a couple of like leading questions that will start you talking, that she knows that you will talk about at length, so she doesn't have to fill in the silence.
Yeah, she's used to that, and she doesn't mind it as long as somebody's listening to her talk about her nonsense.
And so if you're wheeling, so Brian and Heather are both on the bus. It sounds like Tommy and Annabelle are walking to school. So it's probably likely that Tommy and Elizabeth you can see just ahead of you. Annabelle and pushing Megan along.
Okay.
I don't think you have much. Oh no, you do have a relationship together. You have.
We go to chess club.
Don't tell me.
Is that just like a look you give Annabelle as you walk by?
No. It's fine. Yeah. Hi. And hi, other Annabelle, whose name I never remember. Yeah.
Megan.
Yep, that's the one. Hey.
Yeah. Are you going to the club this afternoon? She's like trying not to make it obvious because you're walking with your friends, and she's not sure who she's allowed to tell that you go to chess club.
Oh, is it this afternoon? I don't
Yeah.
know. Elizabeth and I were kind of gonna do a thing, so I don't.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Or I just wondered if you were going to be there, but if you're not going to be there, that's fine. If we're odd numbers, I'm sure it doesn't matter, and nobody would be like upset or anything.
Okay, well, I'll see you soon. We're talking about things, so I'll see you. Bye.
Bye.
Elizabeth gives Annabelle a little wave and Megan a little wave, but
Bye, Lizzie.
doesn't really say anything and just scoots off after Tommy. And so we have Heather and Brian on the bus. Do you see each other on the bus, or do you pointedly ignore each other on the bus? What's happened there?
I was assuming it was a different bus.
It could be different buses.
He's on a different class of bus.
Because let me tell you, if Little Miss Wants to Be a Cheerleader was on the same bus as Brad, she would not have been talking to the girls in the back of the bus.
That's fair. So in that case, we'll fast forward it to potentially when the buses have pulled up outside the school. And you both get off of your own individual buses.
Yep.
And so you see the school ahead of you. There's the big, a large pathway where about maybe 5 of you could easily take up the whole width, walking down towards the front doors. At the front doors, there's 2 the robo-servants standing there taking account of everyone that walks in and just kind of mentally marking you off the list, like attendance. Heather's in today, Annabelle's in today, Brian's in today. And you make your way to your first.
As Heather
class
goes
today.
past, she tries to make a face at the robot to kind of confuse the facial recognition.
Yeah. It does kind of glitch out for a moment. Puts a little arm up. Like it's like a very quick, like I imagine, like the car park garages where it just goes like down. It just stops you for a minute. Like easily you could walk around it if you needed to. But it's just there to go like, just need to double check.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
that she just flashes a really sunny smile. Like that was never something that happened, and then carries on.
And the arm comes back up. You look into your first class as well.
Yeah.
For some reason, when Tommy goes in, it comes up with Timmy.
Oh, again. Yeah, sure. Timmy coming through.
And
Hope Timmy gets better grades than I do.
Usually the robots are the only ones that know who you are.
Who said that? I could have sworn I heard some kind of small animal squawking somewhere. No, let's keep going.
What is your first class of the day?
Okay.
Let's start with Brian.
I think Brian's first class of the day will probably be maths.
Yeah.
Yeah, get the brain firing first thing in the morning.
Exercise the weakest muscle.
Something like that.
Excellent. And
The brain's a muscle, right?
Tommy, what's your first class of the day?
Biology. The brain's a muscle, right?
Excellent.
I know the tongue is. Is the tongue attached to the brain? I'm not sure. I guess we'll find out. This and more in biology.
Cool. And then Heather and Annabelle being in the same year. What is your first class together?
I was going to say that Heather probably took home ec thinking it would be an easy pass now that everything's automated in the kitchen. So normally home economics would be cooking, which she can't be bothered to do at all. But it turns out that the robots in the kitchen need quite a lot of oversight and programming, and she's flunking this massively.
I love that. All right, we're in home ecs, but because it's now more like robot based than cooking based, then Annabelle's actually doing okay for herself because she's like, oh yeah, I like they got some of the lemon zest up in the circuits. You just gotta like pop it open and just get some compressed air and just clean that out.
I thought that was hairspray.
No, you don't carry just a can of compressed air with you around the place just in case you need it.
No.
Oh, you don't. I have a robot dog. You need to hold on to these things. They get muddy.
Got it. Okay.
So your robot dog comes to school.
Can he come to
So
school?
that's what
Falls
I'm
down
asking.
into a
Do you
pocket
have a
dog.
robot dog at school?
Does
it
does
been
the
allowed?
school allow the robot dog, or has she managed to be like, he is specifically my science project and I have science today, so I need to bring him in?
Probably that one.
Cool,
I
we'll
think
go
maybe
with that.
you could wrangle between that and you've given lots of excuses to teachers over the years. Like it's also Megan's support dog.
I love it.
Various bits and pieces like that.
Cool.
So yeah, it's fine.
So yeah, Einstein's sitting in the corner, being the goodest boy,
Next.
a good lad. You can hear like the tink 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 as his like tail wags against the wall.
It also seems, obviously, the mechanic that tells from the loop is that each of the characters have an iconic item, and the robot dog is Annabelle's. So it seems weird to outright go and take it away your iconic item. It
Yeah.
should make some sense that it's in school.
Cool. Yeah. Dog in school.
Also, home ec, also known as basic robotics maintenance. It's a bit taxing than many expected, and more interesting than Annabelle expected.
It's now home neck instead of home ec.
Oh, that's great.
I love it.
Also, there are a few more kids in the class. Your head teenager friend, head cheerleader friend is not here at the moment. But there are just a random. There's Hattie sitting at a few desks over from you, who seems to have just about gotten her hands on everything to the point where it's all holding together with the current project she's working on. And after a couple of beats, it just starts leaking oil everywhere. And a couple of rows behind is Jack, who's thinks he's got it all spot on, and he's fixed the robot ahead of him, like it's a little test thing. It's literally just a glorified egg timer. And then he turns it on, and it's literally just repeating 5, 5, 5, 5 over and over again. So your teacher is fairly distracted because this is a fairly new curriculum, and a lot of these props are effectively donated from people going, this is broken, maybe you can fix it. And your teacher rushes around the room trying to sort everything out. So for the most part, you're left to your own decisions and your own experiments, which is great for Annabelle because she can do bits and pieces and she can bring Einstein up every now and then. It's less great for Heather. And so there's Hattie, who gives up on her oyster and she kind of nudges Heather and says, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm all right. I didn't place at the weekend, but I was hoping to get some shakes tonight after school. Are you around?
Yeah, I'm around. You know, I'm always up to hang.
Yeah. Well, we're meeting at the front gates after school. I've just got something I need to sort out with Annabelle, and then I'll see you guys there, and maybe we can head over.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
It's gravy
I
time.
haven't got any money though. That's the thing.
Well, maybe we'll find some guys to take.
Yeah, that sounds good. And Hattie, you know, she's like a weird middle ground where she's popular enough that people know her name and get along with her, but she's also a little bit distant compared to a lot of girls that you know and people on the cheerleading team. Like she's tried to join the cheerleading team, but then never really turned up for practice.
Okay. Everything all right with you? You still seem a bit
Yeah, just tired mainly.
yeah,
Just long nights.
long nights. You've
But,
not
you
got
know,
a
just
boyfriend
kinda
you've
like
not told us about.
no. Just like trying to read up on everything and trying to make sure that I know everything so I can pass properly.
Well, grades aren't everything.
No, but maybe they'll open some doors.
Yeah. What are you thinking of doing after high school?
Try to get a good paid job so I can just move to like New York or anywhere. California.
A job to move to New York. My mom is constantly on at me about joining the cheerleaders, but she says if you get popular enough, you can just go to New York and people will pay you to be on TV.
I mean, I don't think I've got the face for TV.
If your face is good enough for cheerleading, all you need is a bit of lipstick. You'll be all right.
She looks down a little bit. And, yeah, lipstick would be nice.
Well, come on, let's go out and get some shakes. Never mind all this staying up late reading.
Just the poor, like, staying in Annabelle's heart. And yeah, so Hattie nods slowly. She agrees and she tries to go back to the teacher's turned around, so she just quickly grabs a rag, starts cleaning up the oil. Let's look to Tommy. How you doing, Tommy?
Yeah, I'm okay. Why?
Hmm?
I'm okay. Why?
Like, you just spaced out for a moment there.
Yeah. I was thinking about how the Super Nintendo, like how much better it is because it has 16-bit graphics, and it just dawned on me that that's a lot of bits.
But what's the bit?
Okay. It's data, okay? So the Atari uses a Maria chip, which is great, but it only goes up to like 320 pixels. So the resolution is never going to be good. But the Super Nintendo just like the Atari, you could get like maybe 25 colors max out of. I don't know if you know colors very well, but that's not a lot of colors.
I mean, of course, I know colors like
Okay,
red,
well then we're
blue,
on the same
yellow,
wavelength.
purple.
Why?
Mix
Was
them
something
together.
going on? Was I missing something?
No, I was not paying attention. It looked like you weren't paying attention. Maybe we paid not attention to the other.
How do you not pay attention together?
I assume talking and like skiving off.
Are
Look,
you sure?
I'm bored. I don't know what I'm saying. Just give me something, Tommy.
Okay, well, what do you want to do? I mean, I'm going to be honest. I know all the biology I'm going to need to win life. So what do you want to do?
You got one of your games?
Not with me, but arcade's only like, what, 15, 20 minutes, so...
All right. So what's the name of this guy? This guy's name is Dave. Who decided this?
Another Dave in my life.
Yeah.
There's too many Daves for me, Rob.
Oh, wait, yeah. This is not Big
What is this,
Dave.
Little Dave?
Yeah, this is Little Dave.
Okay, it's Little Dave, specifically Little Dave. Okay.
You called him Little Dave. He doesn't know Big Dave very much, so he's always very confused when you call him Little Dave.
Well,
But just like, well, okay, we'll go to the arcade. When do you want to go to the arcade?
well, whenever.
All right,
Now?
we're in class. I think you're at the back of the class at this point, like enough so the teacher's not really paying attention to you. Hmm. And the teacher kind of true to their observation. But there we go. We can do a roll. We can do attributes.
Oh, no. That's
So-
all of the game. This can't go wrong.
Yeah, we should start actually doing the game part of this. So I think probably it's going to be mind.
Mind. Oh, I'm quite good at that.
You are quite good.
Get my bardic
Unless
inspiration
there's a
dice out.
specific like perception thing.
So, oh no, what dice? Okay, I'll get a different bardic inspiration dice.
Okay, so as Kelly sorts out her
Okay.
dice, Tales from the Loop uses 1d6s and only 1d6s. I roll no dice. Only our players will roll dice. They get a number of d6s depending on how much they put into an attribute or skill. And they have to get a 6 to succeed. Just 1 6. So if she has like 3 in mind,
I have
she
4.
has 4
I've
in
lost a
mind.
dice. So I do
She
have
gets to
3.
roll 4 d6s, 4 chances to get 6 and success and succeed.
Oh. Oh, look at that. There's 1.
1 or 1 6.
There is a 6. Well, it's kind of a 9 right now. But as we discovered and discussed earlier, the line means that's the bottom, which means it's a 6.
I had turned to you and saw that you were looking underneath it. I was like, how are you seeing the dice? Before I realised you were holding them up to the camera.
My secret power is X-ray vision.
Excellent. Cool. So you did get 2 6s, which in this situation won't give you anything extra. Let's say you just need 1 6 to succeed, but there are problems that could arise. You need 2 6s or 3 6s, depending on how complicated that is. And that's how if you try to do something impossible works.
Okay. Well, I got 1. 6.
Excellent. So you notice the teacher of this particular class. It's a Monday morning. He's very tired. He's giving you some busy work to do. You could probably sneak out.
Yeah.
In that case, there's a very specific sneak skill.
Of which I also have a point in. Oh, let's try not to drop a dice this time.
So you have a point in the sneak skill, but you also add your body.
Yeah.
So you could sort of whatever your body is. Okay. She's got it.
There's another 6 in there.
Excellent. Cool. Yeah, you manage to sneak out. You close the door behind you, and very briefly the biology teacher looks up, but because all the other students in the front rows are all still there, he doesn't look too close.
I'm irrelevant enough to be ignored.
And you sneak past various classrooms, one of which contains Brian.
Mm.
In Brian's classroom.
Look at all the dice.
What class are you going there? I think in math at the moment you have a person sitting behind you. It's Ollie.
Holly.
Ollie.
Okay.
And in my head I actually picture him as Ollie from the Hearts. The little curly hair, glasses, all.
Brilliant.
But you probably don't get along with Ollie as Brian, because Ollie is the kind of person who gets very bored at math and starts looking like bits and pieces, rolled up pieces of paper, and that's the kind of thing that's happening right now. He's rolled up. You've heard like a little tearing behind you, and you know this is the sign that the onslaught of little paper balls is going to start fairly soon. And you just felt one on your shoulder.
I shrug it off.
You hear like his chair rocking back and forth, like when chair legs hit the floor, and just that kind of thing. Ollie's he's not been massively mean to you. He's irritating more than he is a bully. He's never really nice to you either.
I'll start to sort of time the rocks so that I get an understanding of when he's on just the back legs.
Yeah.
And I'll wait a little bit. I'll let him flick another couple of bits of paper at me, and then I'll just suddenly turn around while he's just on the back legs and slightly tip back, and I'll shove the table back into him so he falls flat on his back.
Okay. That sounds like something you can roll for. So it's probably going to be a force roll. That makes a lot of sense.
Use the
Cool.
force, Brian.
So that's my body plus my force skill, right?
Your body plus your force, yeah.
Well, I'm using my, and apologies to Bardic Inspiration, I'm using my official Tales from the Loop dice.
Damn it, this is our sponsored Nathan.
Right, what do I need?
We didn't do a sponsor pitch.
You need a bardic inspiration set of dice is what you need.
I've got. Well, if it helps, my girlfriend's got some.
Oh, there you go, that'll do. Oh, you need sixes.
I need sixes.
You need 1 6.
It's cool. With 8 dice, I've got 1 6.
Excellent.
Fucking beefcake.
Cool. So yeah, you turn around, it's the perfect moment, you push his desk a little bit and it's just enough. Like, maybe it was the fact you pushed the desk, maybe he just didn't expect you to turn around. Maybe he falls completely flat backwards.
I turn back around and pretend like I didn't do anything.
You turn back around to a chorus of laughter as Ollie kind of nervously brings himself back to his feet. The maths teacher looks unimpressed. All of that good 14-year-old kid stuff. But you also notice towards the front left, window side of the classroom, there's, I need another name. I should prepare for this names.
Greg.
Hmm?
Greg.
Yeah, that's Greg. And Greg's just kind of sitting there, looking off into space, and hasn't really moved at all. Like everyone else is turned, laughing. Even if they're not laughing, they've looked to see the situation. He's just staring straight ahead, barely moving.
Okay. Is anyone paying any attention to this other than I've obviously spotted? Is there any signs that the teachers noticed or anything?
So at the moment, you've turned back round to pretend that you didn't do anything. Everyone else has turned in your direction. The maths teachers turn in your direction, so nobody else has paid any attention. It's very much like he's the corner over here, and everyone else is on the other side.
Yeah.
Has he been replaced with a robot?
Nobody's been replaced with robots at this point.
Not that we know.
I'll continue deadpanning it over the Ollie situation.
Yeah. And
kind of like, I've spotted Greg, but I'm concentrating on not getting told off.
Cool. The maths teacher that is coming over towards you and is trying to get an idea of what's going on, but Ollie kind of doesn't mention anything. Presumably he was throwing paper balls at you, and the maths teacher looks down, there's little paper balls on the floor. So as you're trying to look not suspicious, despite the fact it's quite obvious, really, Greg kind of shakes his head a bit, takes out a little earbud from his left ear, and just kind of keeps it out, and he stares straight ahead again, looks around a little bit, and you could swear he does like a little shiver. And then he turns around and he looks at what's going on and he laughs like everyone else.
Okay. I can't help but look at Greg at this point, like noticing this as the teacher's looking at me.
Greg looks at you, and there could be that moment of eyesight catching and both of you know something's up. But the maths teacher gets in your vision. And it's like, Brian, what do you know about this?
About what, miss?
The poor Ollie over there?
Oh, sure. He slipped and fell.
Yeah. I can see that. All right, Ollie, get up. Get back in the chair, stop rocking. I've told you this almost every day for the last year. Stop rocking on the chair. This is exactly what happens. As she returns to the front, Greg has turned back to the front. Everyone else has turned back to the front.
After the teacher's gone, I just kind of like turn over my shoulder, just go, yeah, that's exactly what happens, Ollie, and then turn back.
Pretty sure you hear like Ollie saying some things he shouldn't say at 15 when he's teaching in the classroom. But he mutters them under his breath, so he's not going to get in trouble. Meanwhile, we'll go back to Annabelle and Heather. And Annabelle, how's your project of the day gone?
So she kind of switched from working on the probably like the weird stand mixer robot that she was given to try and fix. It wasn't interesting enough, so she's brought Einstein up and sat him on the table and plugged him into the mixer. And he's just like making like whirring noises, but every time he barks, it spins, so it like kind of works. But it's really disruptive, and the teacher's been giving us some looks.
Yeah.
Because Einstein shouldn't really be barking in class.
Does Einstein have like a volume control?
Yeah, probably. But it's underneath like his back panel. And Annabelle likes to keep it on loud so that she knows where Einstein is and tells everybody else that he doesn't actually have a volume control.
That's fair. You also know that you have that project with Heather that he's done.
Oh yeah.
It definitely needed, reasonably, it needed done like last week. You still got a few days, but it needs. I feel that you're probably the kind of person who definitely wants it done now.
Where's Heather sitting, like, compared to Annabelle?
All the way at the back.
Fair, because I feel like Annabelle's kind of at the front, probably not right at the front, but kind of at the front. You know what? I think she takes like a page like out of her notebook and writes on it, Heather, where have probably Heather, I need the intro and the outro now. Please give it to Einstein. And she like rolls it up and gives this piece of paper to Einstein and tells him to go back and find Heather. And then like unplugs him from the mixer and puts him on the floor.
I like how she doesn't trust Heather to do any of the real work. Just do the nice, pretty intro and outro, and I'll do the rest.
I think Einstein makes, you know, that noise when you take out a USB,
Yeah.
The donk.
and then takes a message over to Heather.
Okay, so Heather is filing her nails, which is definitely not helping her fix the thing that she's got in front of her to fix, whatever it is supposed to be. And she looks down at Einstein and then kind of looks up at Annabelle like, are you kidding me? You expect me to touch your mechanical? Okay, fine, whatever. And she takes the message out and she reads it. And then she writes, look, I didn't pay much attention in 7th grade lit, but you have to write the intro and the conclusion based on the content in the middle. You first.
She takes this out of Einstein's mouth, reads it, and like turns around. Okay, and like underneath that is now like, okay, meet me at lunch. We will go over it. I will give you what you need, but you need to pull some weight. Sign off. And roll up, give back to Einstein.
Yeah. Heather writes a massive great with like a big heart-shaped exclamation mark on the end of it and underlines it 3 times and sends it back with another cheery wave. This is clearly not great. But we'll do it.
Annabelle's eyes are like daggers. She's like, I had to do with it. I wrote everything about oxbow legs and this where I think she can even write 3 sentences. Thank you, Einstein.
I'm 56, but you know, the intro and the conclusion should align, right?
We'll talk about this at lunch.
Cool.
Plug in Einstein. Yeah, it works.
AOL dial-up noise.
Tommy Sky from biology. You're heading to the arcade with little Dave. Spent about 15 minutes. See Big Dave standing outside.
Little Dave is 5'12", by the way.
Okay.
Tall for his age.
5'12".
Big Dave, on the other hand, is just about 4'5" and about 80 years old.
5'12".
Yeah.
So 6 foot.
5'11". He's tall. I don't do heights.
Cool. So little Dave, who's taller than Big Dave.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And about 800 years younger.
I think Big Dave is standing outside the arcade, smoking a cigarette, gives you a little wave as you approach. Chucks you a quarter for the machine.
Yay! Free
As
money.
it usually does. You seem to bring people in every weekend. And yeah, little Dave is like, all right, what we gonna play?
Street Fighter.
All right. Who's the guy who shoots the fireball?
Tell you what, we'll just close our eyes. We'll smack the joystick a bunch of times, and we'll just see who we land on. Because otherwise, I'm just gonna kick your ass face purely on stats.
All right, but I want to play the guy that shoots the fireball.
No, you can't, because I do.
What?
Just play the game,
We
goddammit.
can both play the guy that shoots the fireball.
I'm the one who got us out here, okay?
If he does that little thing with the different costumes.
You barely can only just see the screen. You're too goddamn tall anyway.
Maybe if I can't play the guy with the fireball, then I don't want to play a Street Fighter. Let's play a different game.
Well, what do you want to play then?
That racing game.
Want to play Space Invaders?
That's not a racing game.
No, but I'm really freaking good at it.
If that Space Invaders is like the one player, you can't play it 2 people.
Like, look, they got a table over there where you're on each side of it. You sit
No.
one on each side.
Well, that's new, isn't it? That wasn't there before.
No, it's technically retro.
What?
That's from the 70s. Uh-huh.
All right.
I'm into retro gaming now, so
Okay. Is that better, or is that like?
you know how people pay more for antiques?
Sure, sounds like a
Retro
dumb
gaming.
idea. Well, why would you pay more for something that's older? Like it's not like you is always better.
You ever had cheese?
Yeah,
Age of cheese. You ever had wine?
right.
You age of wine. You ever met humans? Babies suck. As they get older, they get better. Big Dave outside is awesome. And he's like 200. At least.
All right, so there's some exceptions to the rule.
Yeah.
But I don't think video games is one of them.
But that's because you're wrong.
Okay. And you'll start to. What kind of music is playing in the arcade?
Radio.
Radio.
Because it's free.
That's fair. So Big Dave is, I think probably Big Dave has spent a lot of money on the arcade, so he's trying to limit expenses where he can. So yeah, radio's a fair idea.
That's pretty good. Not bad for local radio.
Yeah. Do we have an AD? 'Cause it's getting close to 9:30. I will take a break. So I'm just going to see if AD's around. Because last time it was super awkward because we took a break and then AD wasn't around. So we just stand here like, oh no, I've left us on this cliffhanger.
So we can dab and stuff.
We'll go back to as you start playing games. We'll go back to Brian real fast. And Brian, it's getting close to wrapping up math class, and everyone's getting their bits together, moving on to the next class. What is the next class for Brian?
Next class for Brian will be science.
Yeah.
It'll be a science class.
Okay.
We'll go with as Tommy's done biology. We'll go with physics.
Go physics. Have you taken your physics notes from Annabelle? Or do you need to get those?
He probably needs to swing by and find Annabelle and get some notes for the class because he won't have his own.
They're in her bag.
Excellent. But that's a problem for in a few minutes, Brian. Once this class actually finishes and you're kind of getting to the point, it is like 5 to 12, so it's almost time for your next class. And like Ollie's gotten ready, stopped throwing paper balls at you, teachers, just kind of wrapping up the class.
This is Greg kind of just sort of gone back to, is he now more normal in his interactions
Yeah.
with the
Greg looks a little bit more normal. Every now and then he does kind of look around.
Okay.
A bit confused.
I kind of, sort of, if I catch his eye, I'll be like, you're right.
Yeah, it gives you like a really big thumbs up, like a really big thumbs up, like too big of a thumbs up. and just kind of has a little weak smile, gets his bag onto his shoulder, looks at the clock, and as soon as the teacher says you can leave, he gets up, makes a beeline for the door.
Cool. As we're kind of getting to leave, I'll just kind of do this. So I point towards the door for no reason whatsoever. It's absolutely not to annoy Dave in the heavyweight gaming chat.
I see. Dabbing wasn't a thing in the 80s. You can't make dabbing relevant.
It wasn't a dab. It was a quarterback pass.
So disappointed.
Cool, yeah. Greg makes beeline for the door. Ollie kind of budges your shoulder on the way out in a very typical school rom-com kind of.
It's gravy time.
And get out into the corridor. Tons of people there. Dave has timed you out.
I know, I can see it. That's
And
fair.
yep, I think Annabelle is probably in the corridor. With Einstein and Heather, a few people behind.
Cool. I'll kind of like, I'll sort of head in Annabelle's direction, but like try and make it really unobvious that I'm heading in Annabelle's direction.
Okay.
So like, hey guys, so move slowly in Annabelle's general direction without acknowledging her until I'm basically almost right on top of her. I'm like, hey Annabelle, you got those physics notes?
And Annabelle is like having a conversation with Heather where they're both trying to be like nice, but there's that underlying tone of like, I can't stand you, but we need to work together, until like suddenly Brian is there and she's like, oh my God. Sorry, Brian. Yes, I was just sorting something with my friend here. Just one moment. And she ruffles in her bag and like pulls out like one of those like paper binder things, like just like a paper file, I suppose, and like hands it over, and then sort of looks expectantly for some money.
Brian will kind of like reach in his pocket and pull out a couple of bucks and just hand over $2. Look at Heather. He'll kind of like, as he's handing the money, he'll kind of look over at Heather and just say, "Don't tell anybody, or it'll cost you the place on your team."
Oh.
Annabelle just stood there like,
I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that, and I will leave you two to it. Do excuse me?
And I'll take the notes and hightail it out of there.
I like the idea that Heather is as stunned as Pam looks now. And yes, it's a couple of bucks, but it's a couple of bucks in the 80s.
Yeah.
in our weird 80s world.
So
I
wait,
don't know
rewind.
currency.
You know Brian?
Yeah, I know Brian. Everybody knows Brian, though, right?
Yeah, but Brian knows you.
What, are you jealous?
Well, clearly he's using you for something.
Like, he gets what he needs and I get paid, so...
Well, I thought that was physics notes. Just, are we still talking about the same thing here?
Ew! Oh my god! Of course it was physics notes! What the hell, Heather?
I don't know!
God, look, just meet me in the... Look, we need to get the geography thing done, okay? Like, we needed to get it done for Friday, really. Like meet me in the canteen, okay? Like, later. At lunch, and we'll
Fine.
get that done, and then just don't bother, just don't, like, that's Brian's thing. He doesn't like the fact that I give him notes, but like he needs them, so just like be chill about it.
Sure. Chill.
Okay, bye.
We'll see you later.
So I'm just reeling from that bit for a little while.
Rob's like, oh god, where's AD?
We need a break.
I need a
Time out,
break.
time out.
I knew the teenage girls are here and they're bitchy.
Cool. So yeah, Brian, you've changed your notes.
AD is
Heading back. Oh, there we go. AD is back.
Yeah,
AD is paying
yeah.
attention. Cool. Yeah, you've got your notes. Heading to your class. Everything should be fine. And we're just going to quickly nip back to.
should be.
Yeah, should be. We're going to nip back to Tommy. Tommy, you're playing Space Invaders.
Yeah.
You're enjoying yourself.
Yeah.
Little Dave is playing Space
He
Invaders. Enjoying himself. Everything's fine. And you look at the screen. In my head, I'm just looking at Space Invaders in my mind, and everyone knows what Space Invaders is, so you can all picture Space Invaders. But the pixels seem to kind of blur together. And like it's a bit weird at first, and you look up and little Dave is also blinking a little bit. And then you look up and little Dave isn't there. And you are looking at a tree. And as you look around, you see just a forest and a lot of other trees around you. And you realize that the grass is much higher than it should be. And then you realize that it's not that the grass is high, but you are small. And then you don't remember anything, but you wake up with an EMT like
Shit, I could have
shining a light in your eyes. Like, are you okay?
No, I think I just had an out-of-body experience. Either that, or someone pumping drugs through the aircon unit in the arcade. Either way, it was kind of cool. But also not. Where am I?
I don't know what happened to you, but your friend is not responding. And you look over the Space Invaders table, and little Dave, there's another EMT with him, got a flashlight in his eyes, and just doesn't seem to be responding. That's where we're going to take a break. AD,
Dun dun dun.
stick with us. We will be back in about 10 minutes. Just have a little bio break, get a drink.
Find my
etc.
dice.
Hope you're enjoying it so far, and stick with us for the next part.
I can't believe you banned me, Dave. Even if it was only for 15 seconds.
Or change it to keep drawing Charlie. Neat.
I guess we're live. Hello, welcome back to Tales from the Loop, Heavyweight Gaming Edition. I hope you're enjoying it all so far, but let's jump right back into it as Tommy has just woken up from some weird stroke that they've had.
Yeah.
The EMT is looked over at little Dave, who is still on the floor. And the EMT looks back at you like, and you, like, are you feeling okay? Have you taken anything? Any medication? Have you drunk anything?
Oh, well, yeah. I've had Pepsi. I don't take medication. I don't think.
All
Oh
right.
my god, what if I have amnesia? I don't remember though.
All right.
Do I have amnesia? How do you know if you have amnesia?
Large gaps in memory loss.
How would I know if I can't remember?
Oh, okay. What's your name?
Tommy.
Your surname?
Go
Okay, so maybe you have amnesia.
Maybe.
Okay. Have you got some idea on you, Tommy?
No.
Yeah, I don't think we didn't really do surnames. This is fine. And so you've not got any idea on you?
No.
Okay, well, how old are you?
15.
So shouldn't you be in school? All right, Tommy. We're gonna see the not little Dave. I don't know little Dave's name. We're gonna see to your friend here. Make sure he's okay. If you could just take a seat, calm down a bit.
Okay.
I'll be right with you in a second. Okay.
Sure.
Okay, let's move over to little Dave and start checking his pulse, and you hear vague bits of medical jargon that you vaguely understand. You think he's okay, but they are still concerned that he's not responding to them. There's a bit of a crowd that have formed up around you at this point, but no one in particular that you know, apart from Big Dave, who is also looking suitably concerned. He comes over and he's like, "You all right, kid?"
Yeah, I mean, I think so. Apparently, I might have amnesia.
Okay. Do you remember your name?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you remember where your address?
Yeah.
Okay. What's your address?
52 4th Street.
Okay. I don't know your address, but I'm gonna take it as read that you know your address enough.
What if that's not my address, though?
Well, you came out with it pretty quick, so
Okay, yeah, I guess.
your mental faculties can't be that
Okay.
screwed. What happened, kid? You just fell over.
I don't know. I feel like I teleported into a forest realm. And I was a small thing in the grass. I think I had a stroke.
Oh, all right.
Yep.
Got a good imagination, kid. Maybe you just.
I'm not going to sue you. You don't have to worry.
Well, I didn't think you would.
No.
I said, maybe a dream that you had, like you knocked your head off and then.
Maybe. I don't think so.
Okay. He hands you another quarter.
I'm gonna go play some Street Fighter now.
Okay. Let's go back to the school. I have not
Back to
incorporated
boring
things.
land. Where people aren't having trips.
Annabelle and Heather, what's your next lesson? We've got Brian heading to physics. I think.
Probably like English or something.
Yeah. I'm all right with English lit. It's just writing essays. That's convincing people of stuff, right?
Yeah, right. That seems like a lesson that like both of them would be like okay at.
Cool. So I think generally your English lesson goes without much of a hitch. Very quiet, and the English teacher, I believe, is one of those teachers that you guys don't really know that much. Oh no, I remember. You have the hippie creative writing teacher.
Oh yeah.
Probably doing this class with you all. And so she is waxing lyrical about various Shakespeare plays. And I don't know how long it is until you've checked out, but I think the both of you possibly checked out at this time. Like, Annabelle, as much as you do enjoy your reading and your literature, you're more of the non-fictional side of things.
Yeah.
Heather, I don't know how you feel about it.
What's your thoughts on Shakespeare, Heather?
Who?
Excellent. So this has been the class that you've had. Yeah, everything's gone fine.
Oh no, wait. No, he's the guy who wrote that movie, right? Romeo and Juliet?
Your creative writing teacher, let's see, does know
Oh, I so wanted you to say Top Gun.
No, I would have known if that was Shakespeare.
No, he wrote. The film was like based off of his works, but it's not. He didn't write the film.
He's been late.
He like writes books. Annabelle loves books.
So he wrote plays.
He's like not alive. He's been dead for like 500 years.
Oh.
But he was a very good writer, so we got to respect his work, and we study it because he can tell us a lot about history, and it explores a lot about romance, like Romeo and Juliet, like you watched. But you know, it truly lets us kind of explore ourselves through the arts.
Yeah, well, it was a good movie.
Wow.
And she breathes out of the nose very slowly as she starts to talk about 12th Light. The twins, Viola and Sebastian, and Duke Orsino and the Countess Livia, and goes about it trying to just not look at Heather for the rest of the class.
That's how you get out doing schoolwork.
And kind of towards the end of the class, she takes out a copy of Midsummer's Night's Dream and places it on Heather's desk, and like, maybe take it home, see how you feel. Like,
I've not really brought a big bag with me today, so I'm not sure I've got space for that. Maybe I can pick it up next week.
well, okay, next week, but you should just give it a try. I promise you will actually do it. It's gonna open up a whole new avenue in your life. You'll probably love it, and you'll find this whole new interest in romance. I promise you.
Well, I really appreciate your thoughts on this, Mrs. Gibson.
So you'll come back, you'll come get it. Like, I don't know why I'm pushing this so hard. I'm gonna see you next week anyway, so we're gonna have this conversation. But
Yep, see you next week.
all right.
Heather is gone. There's like practically a puff of smoke, like hairspray. She's gone.
So much judgment. So much judgment.
And Brian, how's your physics class been?
How's my physics class? I'm just working on the assumption that Annabelle's notes nailed it. and anytime, I mean, I'm not like gonna push it though. So like, if questions are being asked, I'm not gonna like be putting my hand up to answer the questions. But like, you know, like when I need something, I'll sort of consult with my notebook, in which there will be Annabelle's notes, and then me writing out what Annabelle's notes say in response to like a question being asked and something like that.
Okay. I'm gonna get Annabelle to roll.
How good are these notes?
Yeah, I'm gonna get Annabelle to roll a comprehend. So
You are
get
in
mind plus your comprehend.
So mind plus my comprehend, you're in
But-
luck. Those are
This is going to be like you have to get 2 6s for this one.
Okay.
Because it is partially what you've written, but how well you've written it so that Brian can understand it.
Got it.
Idiot's Guide to Physics. Written by a 13-year-old.
Gosh, well, I'm so sorry, but I'm having to roll the highest I can in both of those. So that's like 8 to roll. So we will cross fingers.
So hope for 2 6s.
Give me 2 6s. I didn't. Oh no! I rolled 1 6.
1 6.
I only rolled 1 6. Yeah.
The mistake is you didn't dumb it up enough.
There's only one.
Well,
Yeah,
dumb
it's
it
like
down at least.
too technical. I mean, it's all there, but it's really, really written quite technically. Oops.
Excellent. And so, Brian, you're going through it and you're making notes as and when. And today has been not an official test, but it's like a mock test day. Exams are coming up relatively soon. But thankfully, you are allowed to have your notes. You have Annabelle's notes. You've gone back and forth. You're fairly confident. You've all handed it in after half an hour. And it's this weird 10-minute you're allowed to talk with a bunch of cells whilst the teacher marks your work.
Is Greg in this class?
Greg is in this class, yeah. He's a couple of tables down from you.
I'll probably mooch over and chat to Greg, you know, see if he's all right, and you know, be like, so what was that thing in your ear, dude?
It's my earbud. Pulls out like a little headset.
Oh,
Which isn't anything strange to
No
you.
one likes that.
It's strange in the real world because it's a couple of decades a bit too early. But on the end of that, it's 2 little earbuds, but he pulls out a little Walkman.
what'd you listen to, man? Bit of Appetite for Destruction?
Yeah, every now and then I pick up any CDs that are going really, and then I listen to the radio when I'm bored, or when I've not got the CDs with me. Like I can't carry many in the bag, and I've heard a lot of them like 5 or 4 times over.
Cool.
What about you? What do you listen to?
Yeah, Guns N' Roses all the way, baby.
Well, yeah, I like Guns N' Roses, but you know, I like to keep myself open. I don't want to get tied down to one band at a time. I always hate it when people say like, "What's your favorite?" So I always want to have like, nothing ever comes right to mind. It's always like what I've listened to that day or what I'm thinking about that day. And I'm talking to my girl, Brian. I'm sorry, I'm rambling.
You gotta have a favorite, man. You gotta have someone you like.
No, but I like a lot of things. That's the thing. Like, it's hard to pick one thing. So then you start listening to that thing, and you listen to that thing too much, and then after 5, 6 times, you're going back, and you're like, oh, I know this off by heart now. There's no surprise, and I don't get that same like hair-raising feeling from the back of my neck as I did the first time. So now I have to go listen to something else. So I can't really get the favorite. It's like favorites are weird.
But favorites are good. You listen to, you know, it's like your favorite football player, right? You want to see them all the time. You don't want to see like some second-rate quarterback when you got Joe Montana out there. You know what I'm saying?
That's the thing, because like your favorite retires at some point, doesn't they? You have to pick a new favorite. That scared me a little bit.
So
It was louder than I thought it was. I apologize.
I'm not gonna turn into some Scott Young fanboy just because Montana's got to take a bit of a layoff. You know, Montana will be back. He's proved that before.
Sure, but at the end of like the career ends, the song it doesn't stop being good, but it's kind of done all it can for you. Like
I
you
hear that.
don't get the same feeling that you did the first time you heard it. Maybe that's just me. I mean, I don't know. Like lots of people seem to have that like hype song which they listen to every morning to wake up, but that's just doesn't do it for me. I need to always have something new.
Weird, man. I need that. I need that thing. You know, I got to keep coming back to it. It's just the pop, boom, gets you going in the morning. Do your press ups to it.
Yeah, well, maybe that's
Go out
like
for a jog.
Maybe that's like a thing. Maybe it's like a personality thing. Maybe some people are like they really like the thing they can connect to and recognize, and they go back to, and it makes them feel comfortable and safe. And maybe there's other people that want to just kind of explore, see the world, see bits and pieces. Like they don't want to get tied down to a thing. Maybe I'm thinking too much into it. Like,
I mean,
the
have
music-
you heard "Welcome to the Jungle"? I feel like maybe
have-
you haven't heard the
I
song.
have heard "Welcome to the Jungle." Yes.
Okay, Paradise City is that you know?
Yeah. That. If I had to
Take
pick
me
a
down
song,
to
maybe
the Paradise City where the
Paradise
grass
City.
is green and the
that'll-
girls are
that'll do.
pretty.
That's-
Oh, won't you
you know what,
please
Brian?
take me
That's
home?
my favorite song. Yeah, I agree. Like now you've sung it to me. It sparked something in me. I remember it now. Yeah.
There you go, man. There you go.
Thanks, Brian. How about you? What's going on, man? Anything new? What you up to?
Oh, I'm playing ball. I'm meeting up with Brad. Gonna throw some passes with him over lunch. Help him out. He's trying to get an agent. You know, looking at those college deals, I guess.
Yeah.
Hoping that
I
maybe
wonder if Brian
Coach
has
will.
like a favorite song.
Oh, he's definitely a Guns N' Roses guy.
And at that point, teacher kind of starts to get everyone back together. Okay, back to your seats. Come on, guys. We still got 15 minutes to go. Come on, sit down. Jake starts straight out everyone's tests back to them, and you've done quite well than you were expecting to, and yet there is still on yours and on a fair few other people's a little bit like stay behind that bunch.
Okay.
I like giving those out, and she walks back to the. She starts.
A miss. I think I got the wrong. I'm like looking at it. I think I got the wrong grade.
Oh no, Brian. So you've got a lot of the answers right, but you haven't really got the working behind them properly. It's like you've taken in the answers, which is really good, and that X means Y, but you don't understand the process to get there. So like a few people, like you're not in this boat alone. But we're just gonna go over that for about 5-10 minutes into your break, just so we can make sure everyone understands.
Miss, I gotta go play some ball, Miss. I can't be in here during break.
Well, you've got tons of time after school to play break. I think you can stay behind after school if you prefer.
But I gotta go. I
gotta
go help Brad with his passing. He's the high school quarterback, Miss. I can't let him down. I'm his guy.
I'll do your deal. You can come back after lunch.
Sure.
During your lunch, or you can come back after school.
I'll come back after school. I'll be right here on the dot, 3:30.
All right. In that case, if anyone else wants to make their decision, you want us to come at lunch, or if you want to come after school, I'll be here. We'll go over it. We'll go over the notes. And the rest of your
I am trying so hard to keep a straight face as I see what's going on in chat scrolling past, and I'm just like, oh god.
We'll quickly nip back to the Heather and Annabelle. You've died out of your class, and it is kind of as the lunch bell has gone. So what do you do for lunch?
Who left? Oh, if it was English class, you left first, right? So I suppose like you get to the canteen first, and Annabelle has to like. It's probably called something different in America, is it? They use canteen.
Cafeteria.
Cafeteria. Perfect.
Thank
Sorry.
you.
Canteen felt way too British. Cafeteria. So if lunch hall, mess hall, no, it's something else. Yeah. So if Heather gets there first, then I suppose Annabelle like is like standing there with like a food tray and is like, I don't really want to approach this.
Yeah, so Heather's got one of the tables all the way in the back corner. There's a pile of kids' like rucksacks and jackets all the way around it, and chairs from the tables nearby have been pulled around. So actually the tables nearby don't have any chairs on them. And this one table in the back corner of the room is like wedged with chairs all the way around it. And there's a like crew of kids, like the best of 8th grade is all there.
Yeah. That's really intimidating. Like she might, gosh, I think she might actually go and start to have lunch with her friends, like some of like the nerdier lot. And then like if Heather doesn't come to her in about 10 minutes, she will like go over, but she doesn't want to like take her lunch and everything over because that's like super awkward. So I think she sits down and eats, and unless Heather comes over, she's going to go over to her.
Yeah, Heather is completely engrossed in conversation. She's got like some sort of cereal bar or a Pop-Tart or something out of her bag. She wouldn't touch the food that's actually served in the cafeteria if you paid her.
It's mostly
And
slop, yeah.
she's kind of lukewarm, overheated tins, whatever. Like the lunch robot's been on strike for months. I don't even know. So yeah, that's the situation.
All right. Okay. So she gives it like 10 minutes, and then like with a sigh, she like turns to her friends and is like, "Okay, I need to go and talk to Heather, and I might die of embarrassment because I know she's done like nothing of this project, and I don't want my grades to fail because of her. But I'm not gonna do her part of the work, so I wonder if like Mrs. Smith will hear me out and let me hand in like half of an essay. Or maybe I could just write it on myself and then I won't put her name on it." I didn't actually write down any of like NPC kids.
Talking to Einstein.
Oh my god. So I imagine she was talking to her friends, but maybe it's just like one friend and Einstein.
I think there's probably a friend there. There's also Elizabeth sitting across from you. As you're having this discussion, Elizabeth is Thomas friend who you're walking to school with. And she goes like, like shakes her head as if she's been kind of off with the fairies in her mind. And she goes, "Yeah, you probably can. Sure, why not?"
Yeah, right? I mean, like, I suppose I should give her a chance to, like, try and, like, give me something to work with. Because, like, I'm not, like, super mean. I'm not, like, as mean as her. So, like, if she does the work, fine, fantastic. I didn't know this. We put it on. It's fine. But, like, yeah, if she doesn't give me something by, like, tomorrow, then I'm just going to write it myself and hand it in.
Yeah,
I'm just going to do that.
That's, sure, that makes
If
sense.
she heard you,
Oh, no. Oh, no. I'm so
Heather
scared.
has come all the way across the room, and now she's just oozing with charm. So,
Um,
how did you meet Brian?
Oh, hi Heather. I didn't see you there. I just like know Brian through my mum's friend. His mum's friend is with my mum.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and some he just needs some help with like science stuff, and I can do some science stuff. So like it was just our mums was like thought it would be best.
Oh,
But anyway, so geography work. So I've written like several paragraphs on Oxbow Lakes, and the formation of, and the rudimentary rock sculpture that ran around the waterbeds. So I know you mentioned that you were gonna do the intro and the conclusion. So is that what would you need for that? Because we kind of should have handed it in last week.
well, no. So, I know you're really good at all of this science stuff and geography, and I'm sure these Oxbrow Lakes are amazing. But in order for me to put an introduction on this, I actually need to know what you've written. So maybe if you could maybe give me
So
a
like, did you write any notes when we were in class? Because like they like she put on like a video and we watched like that VHS of the men talk about like
was that
the
for
Amazon.
this project?
Yeah, that was this project. Yeah, because that was like a nice easy class where we watched the video for a while.
I made the most amazing design on my nails during that class. I don't know if you saw it, but like I had little flowers on each fingernail and they were all different color petals.
Cute.
But I'm not, it's really hard to take notes when your fingernails are drying. So
Right. Yeah. I can imagine. Yeah, that's probably like a bit awkward. Okay. So like I will give you what I've got, but I need to have like the intro and the outro like by tomorrow. If we can hand it in tomorrow, that's great. Yeah?
and we definitely have everything we need for this, like the notes that you've got and
I mean,
everything.
like,
we don't need to.
I didn't have a chance to go out this weekend and like go down to the river and like take notes on like how that's forming an oxbow lake, because like I mean it's gonna be like a couple like 100 years or like more until like it actually makes one, but it will make one because it's got the curve in it. So I haven't actually gone down to do that yet because I couldn't get out this weekend, but like if you like go, yeah, maybe you should go down to the river and where it curves really like dramatically, like right round. That's when that'll make an oxbow lake at one point. So
The place where everybody goes skinny dipping in the summer?
I don't know, do they do that? What's skinny dipping?
So maybe you should show me where you're talking about, because I'm not convinced I can find it by myself. There's only one place I go down by the river,
Right.
and to be honest, I can't really get there on my own.
Okay. Yeah, sure. I was gonna do something this afternoon, like, but I'd rather just get this done and out the way, right? It's best just to do that, right?
Tell you what, you give me your notes. I've got to go to the shake shop tonight, but while I'm there, I'll have a look at starting the intro and the conclusion, and then maybe tomorrow morning before first bell, we can head down to the river.
Okay, yeah, because then like I can snap some photos on my Kodak, and maybe we can like maybe I can like get into like the red room and get them printed like ASAP. And then we can like hand it in and be done with it, and then we don't have to like talk to each other again, so it's fine if you don't want to.
Yeah, I love that. Photos, it's gonna be amazing.
Okay.
This is great.
All right. Right. I will get and she like starts rummaging around in her bag again, and pulls out like another like file that has like the write up in it, and she actually also digs in for like one of those like pop out like folder like map things, and is like starts to fold it out on the table, and it gets really big. And she's like, so do you is there somewhere else you want to meet and then go down to here, or should we just meet here? If you're not confident about going here, maybe we should meet elsewhere and then go here together.
So look, I don't know what the closest place to the edge of town is in the direction you want to go to get to the river, but that's probably where we should meet. Is it on the post office side of town or the supermarket side?
And she looks at the map and then like turns the map upside down and is like, it's the post office side.
Great, let's meet at the post office.
Okay.
Up at 6, can you make it there for 7?
Yeah, I'll be on my bike. And then we should be able to get down there really quickly, take photos, and then I can get your notes, and then we'll hand it all in and it'll be all done.
Perfect. So all I need is this?
Yes.
Great.
So don't get any shake on it.
No, I'm gonna keep this very safe.
Okay.
Cool.
All right.
I'm so concerned.
I am not Brian.
Cool,
That's
thanks.
a weird statement now. Like, definitely not Brian. But no, Nathan, I'm not getting a beaten.
Cool. That means something on my laptop's doing it. No worries, thank you.
Cool. So yeah, that was an exchange. We
I feel so uncomfortable having listened to that.
on the other side of the table, someone else was uncomfortable listening to all that, and that's Elizabeth.
You just sat there.
She's still sitting there. She's zoned back in the game.
Just
She
experience that.
looks at the both of you. Now you finish the conversation. I don't suppose either of you have seen Tommy.
No, I mean, like, I saw him on the way in when you guys walked by, but I've not seen him otherwise.
Oh look, it's Half Patch Tommy's ditching school again.
Oh my god, is he playing hooky?
I haven't seen him since second bell.
There's like your club on there. Maybe is that your club?
Well,
No,
I
but then
mean,
you
like,
get your club, yeah.
yeah, I mean, if he's not at the club, then I suppose, like, he's gone hooky. That'd be a real bum, but he said he wasn't really going to be there anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Okay. We're just gonna meet up at lunch and chat about it.
Oh, I'm sorry, Elizabeth.
We cut back to Tommy.
I'm a bad person.
Not a bad person. You just had a stroke.
Well, that's true.
she
I'm an
probably.
unfortunate person.
And at this point, Big Dave has left you alone, and the empties. Everyone else, it's been a good hour. They've had lunch, or they're having lunch now. For you, it's only been about 5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
And so there's potential for you to get there. Burst through the cafeteria doors just as Elizabeth is moping about your absence. But we'll see how it goes. But as little Dave starts to wake up, looks around a little bit in shock for a little bit, and the MT's kind of helping to his feet, helping to a seat next to you, and asking what was going on. And he's like, I don't know. It was really weird. I was having a weird dream. And they go through the same questions that they asked you, but little Dave's not on medication. He gives his full name, surname, and all. He gives his address. They go back to you. How are you feeling, kid?
Okay, I think.
Okay, we're thinking that maybe there was a gas leak or something, and maybe you fallen over.
I've heard you
not
can get
smelling
Legionnaire's
anything else.
disease from ACs. Is that true?
She looks up at the AC and looks at them. I couldn't tell you that one,
Oh, okay. Yeah, never mind.
but I'm pretty sure you don't have Legionnaire's disease.
Okay,
I'm pretty sure you'd have some other symptoms around there.
Nothing. I don't know what it does. I just know we get from AC system. Okay.
Other than that, are you feeling half at all? Are you like any headaches?
No.
Any pains or aches?
I don't think so.
Okay, it's the same with little Dave. And okay, we're gonna take you back to school. With the,
Oh, but I've got such a headache.
all right, we're gonna take you back to school, and at least then you've got the school nurse. So if you start to feel worse, you can go to her.
Fine.
We're gonna,
We can just take ourselves back. It's fine. It's not far.
yeah, we're gonna investigate here for a while. But we're gonna make sure you get back to the school safe. That's the main
We can
concern.
walk. It's not a problem.
No, it's fine. We're personally not gonna do it, and they bring over a service robot who very typically literally just looks like a scarecrow, but they've got the two arms coming out this way in a V, as if to direct you in a certain direction.
Being herded.
Usually they're used for like police scenes where they want to move the crowd away, so that a police officer can actually get on with their job and not deal with the public.
Being
and-
herded.
The robot just goes in a couple of beeps and says, taking Tommy and David back to school.
Okay. Let's go.
And when he says school, he says the whole like name of the high school that I have to go. I'm really sure. Pinecliff High. Would it be high school? Pinecliff School, whichever works.
We're not gonna fight it. I don't think we can go along with it.
Yes, it's fine.
I know when the jig is up. I can't outrun a robot. I can't outrun a 10-year-old.
You could probably outrun this robot if you really wanted to.
I assume a lot.
Cool. And the robot does get you towards the direction of school.
Is it still lunchtime?
Yeah, it's probably just about 5-10 minutes of lunchtime at this point.
Amazing.
And the robot literally gets to the school gates, back to that big long path leading up to the door, and it stops at the school gates. So it's Tommy and David delivered to the school. And then it turns, starts to head back the way that you came.
Okay, in we go. Avoid the teacher's lounge.
And yeah, you head back into the school. The two how do you get back into the school? We probably should have covered this, like, getting out of the school, but I have realised that we've made these two robots kind of at the front door that check you as you come in.
Oh, window.
So what window have you used?
The boys' bathroom.
Okay, so the boys' bathroom window is apparently notorious for being able to sneak in and out of.
There's two dudes walking out of a bathroom together. And don't
It's
worry
more-
about it. We've been in there for 2 hours. Don't worry about it.
It's easy to get out from inside because there's the toilet system.
Mhm,
You
mhm.
pleased each other up.
It's real easy to get in when you've got little Dave on your side.
Yeah. That's,
Give me a boost.
okay, I can try and give you a boost.
Give me a boost. You're
Um,
tall. I'm less tall.
Roll me a body.
Huh?
Roll
Oh,
me a body.
no. Just straight up body.
I think it'd be straight up body. I think you want to try and
Rob.
I think sneak.
Oh,
Sneak
sneak. You're the only thing I have a point in. Excellent. Let's see.
You got a 6?
One.
Oh, there we go then.
Six.
Fantastic. Cool. As for a moment, little Dave gives you a boost. You feel a lot wobbly. You just kind of like, oh, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. And then you're inside.
Ah!
And
Give him a
little
hand up.
Dave is like, come on. You put out your hand. He grabs your hand and comes up with you and manage to get in. Both of you fall to the floor in this toilet stall. It's not ideal, but you're inside.
Smooth.
At this point, it's probably about 20 minutes into lunch. You've got 10 minutes of lunch left.
Let's go to the lunch hall quick.
Cool.
I think it's meatloaf day.
So, yep. Heather and Annabelle and Elizabeth, as you've just had that conversation, as Elizabeth saying, Tommy's going to meet you for lunch. The door to the cafeteria opens. Tommy is standing there with Bill Dane. Do you head over to Elizabeth?
Yeah.
Cool.
Sure.
And we'll get to you after we do with Brian. So, Brian, how's ball going?
Good.
We've got you and Brad out in the field, and it has been a very kind of casual passing the ball back and forth. I don't know how to play football. You can tell me how you do it.
Well, he'll probably throw me some long ones, some short ones. I'll be catching them and throwing the odd ball back, but trying to make him look good. As I'm kind of moving. I'm probably starting to get the impression at this point of my level of teenage arrogance that I think I'm going to be a better quarterback than him. So I'm going to be like underperforming in my throws back to him to make sure I don't make him look bad in case anyone else is watching.
So yeah, like works out for a while. Yeah, very much this situation. He seems to be kind of doing a similar thing for you, depending on your level of overconfidence. Typically, probably Nathan would think that he's going a bit easy on you, but Brian might think, I'm pretty big balls here. I'm doing this perfectly.
Okay, yeah, we'll go with that.
And there reaches a point.
I mean, this is like Brady versus Mahomes, right? This is.
Those are two men's names that Rob knows.
Yes, Holmes, Sherlock.
So it's this year's Super Bowl final is like the last big quarterback versus the next big thing. So it's
excellent. Oh, we've got a raid. Hello, follow Black Cats. Welcome to our Tales from the Loop one shot.
Oh, no.
It's not going to be a one shot.
Rob, you missed.
2 shot, 3 shot, 4 shot.
You missed the opportunity. The right way to introduce them would have been, "Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games."
Stop it! You don't want to copyright strike, Nathan. Jesus.
Oh, it's Sam from Wasteland UK. Sam.
There you go.
Now, if you'll excuse us,
Oh,
we have
Sam.
2 straight men playing ball with one another, at least 6 feet apart.
Doesn't Sam work for the guys that sell this game?
I don't stalk him like you
Yeah,
do, Nathan.
This would be very interesting if he does.
I think he does.
Not technically, but fine.
Wow. Awesome. Sorry, dude. Cool.
Oh, no.
Hello, and long time no see, Sam.
To not butcher this. Oh no.
Pressure is on.
Excellent. Cool. So you're playing ball in the field. Brad is taking it easy on you, but your overconfidence is definitely making you blow out your chest a bit. You're trying to throw a couple more odd balls, and it gets to a point where you started off making Brad look good, and now you're just trying to maybe just trip her up just once, just so you could look a bit better. So roll me a body.
With which skill?
Just body.
Just flat body.
Flat body for the team.
Okay. Can I not say this is a move? Because this is like, this is me trying a move on, right?
Yeah, go on then.
Making a move on him? What? Well, let's see how well his moves go on Brad here. It's a bold move, Carton. Let's see how it pays off for him.
That is 3 6s.
Yeah, gosh. You throw that odd ball, and it's probably the first time in a while that Brad has even maybe fumbled the ball. And there is like a little bit of a ooh from the crowd nearby as they're looking over at you. And he smiles at it. He starts to walk over to you and chucks the ball to you when he's only a few feet away, and then reaches out a hand to shake.
I shake his hand. I'm like, sorry, man. I just I let go too much there.
A spark passes between them as their eyes meet.
Sorry,
Sorry,
like,
Harry.
you're doing great. Like, it's nice to know that somebody's in a good position to take my medal when I leave. But you can't let it get to your head. You can't waste that talent.
Thanks, man. I'll keep it tapped.
He smiles, and I think at this point, I'm trying to think of the best way. This is, yeah. So you've got like the bleachers on one side.
Okay.
So if
Yeah.
we say the bleachers are here, you're looking towards the school, which is here.
Yeah.
And then he's looking behind you. And you see his eyes kind of look at your face and then look behind you. And he's got this nice expression in his face. He's very proud of this good position. And that just drops.
Okay. Well, his face just drops.
Yeah, his face just drops.
Oh,
the
like
expression has
I'll
now gone
instinct-
from one of like briefly confusion and then just like not fear, but like the bridging gap between confusion and fear.
I'll probably just instinctively turn around.
Oh, and as you turn around, you see a brief flash of orange like you did earlier.
Okay. I'm like, what was that?
Did you not see it?
There was like a flash of orange or something. It looked like it was like a Bengal.
Cut back into Heather, Tommy, Annabelle inside. Cool. Tommy, you just burst through the door. Elizabeth is sitting down at the table with Annabelle and Heather. And she looks up and she looks quite happy to see you, very pleased and relieved and a little bit angry, like she might slap you when she come out. Because you've made her wait like 20 minutes.
Go over to the table. Slam the hands on the table and look at them and just go, I had a fucking stroke.
What?
I had a stroke. Or maybe I was drugged. I don't know.
What?
Oh,
You've just been playing too many video games.
Nope. Well, yeah,
Were you in
unrelated.
Japan?
no, that's a misnomer. Like you can't like the whole square eyes thing doesn't actually exist with screens and stuff. It's just what your
Yeah,
parents
that's a
say.
misnomer.
Just stop. I'm on your side, you idiot.
Okay, look, the
Yeah, that-
important thing is, back to me, I had a stroke today. And I dreamt, or I hallucinated, I don't know what the difference is, that I was in a magical forest. And I was very small. The grass was very tall. Actually, the grass was, I guess, normal height, and I was just small, but yeah. And then I woke up, and there was an EMT just leaning over me.
Tommy, have you been smoking weed?
No,
And she like goes, okay, because that sounds like you were like super high or something.
little Dave can tell you, he had the same thing happen.
Is little
Little
Dave
Dave.
okay?
And they kind
Where
of
is he?
comes over
Okay,
just
so-
behind you. It's just like, yeah, it was kind of weird. It was a weird dream. Like, I thought I was maybe like a dog.
Wait, what? You thought you were a dog?
Well, it was like really small and like I imagine like a dog or a cat perception would be.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, yeah, that's kind of similar, I guess. Yeah.
Where did you? Where were you when you had your stroke?
Little
That's
Dave
not
looks
a
at Tommy,
stroke.
looks back at you in the bathroom.
In the bathroom, yeah.
Okay, you said there were EMTs. I didn't hear like anybody say that like
Well, goodbye, Tommy. It was nice.
anybody
Bye.
appeared.
Little Dave walks up.
Little Dave. So why were you both in the
important thing
bathroom
is-
having a stroke
The
together?
important thing is, I may have a brain tumor or something.
You can't have a shared brain tumor.
But
If-
you can have a shared stroke. And she like dissolves into giggles.
Yeah. Heather is totally down with teasing Tommy because Tommy's her brother. So all of a sudden, Heather is on Annabelle's side and laughing at all of Annabelle's jokes.
The idea of like strokes happening and just giggling.
But like, Tommy, like, I don't know what you think you're on about, but you can't have a stroke and then he has your dream. That's not a thing. You can't have a shared stroke.
Are you a doctor? No. But I saw an EMT today, and they're also not doctors, but they're closer to it than you. And they said that I maybe had a stroke. Actually, they didn't. They just didn't say no when I asked them if I did. I don't know what happened. They probably shouldn't have let me go. Am I dead?
Well, I'm not dead. And if I was, I wouldn't be talking to you.
I didn't know that you're the authority on death, Heather, but cool. Okay. I'm not sure why you're bringing this information to us either, Tommy, but are you still okay to come to the club this afternoon, or do you need to sit it out because your brain doesn't work?
I will figure that out as I go. Along with many things, I think.
Okay. Well,
We weren't actually in the bathroom.
Oh, where were you then?
Don't say it with that look and that smirk on your goddamn face.
Sorry.
Playing games at the arcade, that's where he always goes. That's not
The arcade like knock you out or something? I've heard rumors that there's like a specific game that like mind controls you, and like the CIA run it, and
Really?
like
Which
they
one?
take the information. I think it's called Polybus. And it's like it's like all like geometric stuff. Is there a new game at the arcade? Is that it? Did you see
Maybe there
FBI
is, and I
guys?
Maybe there is, and I just don't remember.
Oh my god, Tommy, like you might have like experienced like government mind control.
Jeez, I
That's
fucking
so
hope not.
cool.
It isn't? It what really? Oh, okay.
That's
Can you-
a bit freaky.
Why did I should
Freaky.
I want Tommy? Can you like show me maybe?
What? My brain?
No, the arcade, you idiot! I want
Sure.
to see if no one else has written about this and it's here and I write about this and like I publish it in the school paper or something, then somebody's gonna see it and I'm gonna get like a free ride to like Harvard or something.
I mean, sure, we were playing Space Invaders, but maybe there's this polybus here as well. I don't
Sure
know.
it's Space Invaders.
Wait a minute. Do you mean this? You think this could make you popular?
I would have to write a paper on it, so I don't know if it's up your alley, Heather.
She has to use words that are longer than 6 letters long.
What's that, Heather?
He's my brother.
And
Unfortunately.
doesn't give you dibs on like writing a paper on his brain. You wouldn't know what to write about anyway.
No, but you'll get insight.
Just a second, Annabelle. Okay, so Heather, what it is like the human body doesn't just work, okay? There's this thing that we all have called a brain. Most of us are born with it. Sometimes when they're siblings, the guy will get it and the little sister won't. So I think that's probably why we're having this communication issue right now. But don't worry, your makeup looks great today.
Exactly. Some of us have brains that work with people. And if you want to get popular off of an article, that's what you need me for.
How would you help? How can you help on something like that?
Well,
Put eyeliner on me or something.
I can put you in touch with everybody who runs the school newspaper. I have contacts.
Okay. Well, look, do you want to come with us to the arcade and
Oh, I
have
don't
a
want
look?
her to come to the arcade.
She won't have to talk to you or anything, Tommy. You just have to point it out to us and like go and play something else.
Well, I think we want to know where he was standing so that we don't stand there, because I don't know about you, but I don't fancy having a tummy stroke.
So you admit it could have been a stroke. Wait, what? Don't call it that. Dave had one too.
Okay.
At this point,
Yeah.
Elizabeth looks over at Tommy. How are you feeling now? Are you okay?
I think so.
Okay.
Do I look okay?
Yeah, look good to me.
Then yeah, I think I'm okay.
And at this point, you all hear a scream.
But someone isn't.
It's a scream that's joined by another scream, a male scream, all seemingly from outside. And in the cafeteria, there are a set of double doors, and the field, the playfield, is just outside the windows, fairly close to you, conveniently for the sake of geography. As these double doors to the outside burst open and a few kids run in, and you look outside to see charging at Brian and Brad is a tiger. Brian, there's a tiger.
Gonna wrestle it.
Fight a tiger, Brian. Do it. Save
Wow.
Brad.
Boy, did I accidentally call that with the Bengal reference, right?
It was perfect.
I'm going to be like, I'm going to kind of like look at Brad, look at the tiger,
Start
Look
hearing
at the-
screams behind you.
look at the ball in my hand, and be like, I got this.
Oh no, don't
I'm
give away
gonna-
your skills.
I am going to throw the ball at the tiger.
Oh, I don't know. It's either force or move.
If it helps, it doesn't make a difference to the amount of dice I'm rolling.
That's fine then. We'll just call it a force.
Just roll many dice.
I'm probably going to say you are going to need more than 1-6 to score this.
3 6s.
Many successful cubes.
Okay.
There was also 4 1s on 8 dice.
Oof.
So, for the purposes of our viewers, 1 is a normal difficulty, 2 is extremely difficult, and 3 is almost impossible. So 3 6s, definitely. This ball leaves your hands. Brad looks towards you, looks at the tiger, looks at the ball as it like slow-mos into the air and smacks this tiger straight in the nose. And the tiger just burst off to the left instead, moving out into the woods in the forest near the school.
Just for the reference, my hands are just like this. Like,
14-year-old just one-shot a fucking tiger. Right on the schnoz.
But at this
Poor
point, so a lot of the kids have moved into the building, into the cafeteria. There's a few kids like looking out of the windows that have just watched you throw a ball and hit a tiger. And Brad just falls to his legs give out from under him, and he's just like, what the fuck, man?
I just looked down at Brad and put my hand on his shoulder. I was just like, I was channeling Joe, man.
No, keys.
And it's at this point like Elizabeth standing next to Annabelle, Tommy, and Heather, just like also looks at the three of them like, what the fuck?
What the fuck was that?
It was a tiger, I believe.
Holy shit!
Is there a zoo anywhere near here? I don't
Yeah.
think there is.
I'm gonna go just for the record, I'm gonna go retrieve my ball as well.
And
The tiger
at this
crusher.
point, some of the other doors burst open, a few of the teachers come in, and a couple of those robots with the little big arms come in.
Oh,
Go,
they're
all right,
back.
kids, we gotta, and a few of the teachers, they're struggling with their words. And just like, we gotta get you home, we gotta get you safe. Please evacuate the school. very quickly.
Oh, chess
Please
club.
get it into your year groups. And a few of the kids are piping up like, "Miss, was that a tiger?"
Are we really going to be sent home whilst there's a tiger outside?
Isn't it safer just to close the doors and keep us all here in school?
No, wait. We shouldn't be kept here. We should go home. This place is clearly dangerous.
But if we
It's a
go
tiger
outside,
magnet.
there's a tiger out there.
Oh.
Fine.
We're trying to keep everything involved in the situation. We have some service robots ready to keep you all safe. And we have people going into the woods as soon as we can. We're just trying to lock everything down and make sure that everyone's okay and accounted for.
It's gravy
Please get into
time.
your groups and let's work this out.
I'm going to after retrieving my ball, I'm going to go back to Brad, and if he's still kind of on his knees, I'll just like hold my hand out to him, so to kind of help him up.
It just means Nathan got quieter.
No.
No.
Have you accidentally hit the volume on your headset?
Maybe.
Rob, of all people, you should not be
so-
accusing someone else of being quiet.
So I was saying I head over to Brad after getting my ball and sort of just hold my hand out for him to help him up.
Yeah. He takes your hand and goes, "That was a fucking tiger."
I'm like, yeah, man. I'll probably I've just got to play to the crowd a little bit. I'll probably hold his hand a little bit longer than is absolutely necessary as I'm helping him up. And then I'll kind of like, run my arm around his back, in a comforting fashion as I sort of start to lead him back towards the school.
And at this point,
The sort of thing that happens in every movie and is totally innocent, but the fangirls and the fan services will blow it out of proportion massively. That sort of scene.
and at this point, Calvin has
Calvin?
come over. Yeah, he's a football coach.
Oh, I wouldn't know who that is, though.
No, and he's come over and he starts to kind of help the two of you make sure you're okay. And Brad just looks again. He just tells the fucking tiger. And Calvin goes, "Language, Brad."
That was a fucking tiger, sir.
I'll say Calvin. He's right, sir. That was a tiger.
Yeah, we saw the tiger. Let's get you inside. Let's get you safe.
Okay, but did you see the ball, sir?
I saw the ball. That was very impressive, but I'm still more concerned about the tiger. We'll talk about the ball later.
Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure you saw it.
Definitely saw it. In any other situation, I'd be super impressed. Please, let's go inside.
I'll head inside.
Cool. I think that's where we're going to leave it today.
Oh.
Gosh, I hadn't noticed the time.
Yeah. That's a good almost 3 hours. And I think that's a good place to leave it for the day.
One shot my ass.
Yeah, never a one shot. It's always at least a 2 shot.
I can't wait to get all 4 of us in one space so we
No!
can just bitch at each other.
Can't let him near my
So
sister.
good.
I've done so well so far, doing absolutely nothing to keep them apart, but I'm going to take credit for it.
Cool. Thank you for joining us today on this one shot for Tales of the Loop. We will indeed be doing part 2, maybe part 3. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, one shot has never lasted one session. Due to our limited time constraints, it won't be next week, it will be the week after, so we will do it every 2 weeks until it's done. I am hoping that it gets wrapped up next week, but we'll see. And I say next week, next time, but we'll see how it goes. If you would like to support Heavyweight Gaming whilst we do other one shots, please go to our Patreon, support us. You also get 5e content as part of that. There's over near 400 pages of 5e content that you can download now, just backing like $3. That would be great. There's Tasha's Heavy Crockpot on DM's Guild. That's giving us some money and also the other writers some money. That's a tenner. You get 81 pages of content. And it's also cool and currently ranked. Let's see if it moves. No, it's still only 88th most popular DM's Guild title.
Oh, only.
Only 8.
Only 8.
We can do something about that. We can get it. We can get it into the top 5.
Those are rookie numbers.
If I can
Pump
get
up
it
those
top 5,
numbers.
I'll be very happy. Mainly because Oliver is currently top 2, and he keeps saying how he constantly gets stuff into the top 5. So if I can hit top 5, yeah, my heart will melt. Also, Bardic Inspiration is one of our long-time sponsors. They do dice, they do candles. Kelly, do the plug.
They do dice. Look at these. I love these ones are my favorites because they're matte. They do candles like this one. This is called, oh God, it's so bright. This is called Necromancer. They're super cool. They're hand poured, I think, solely by Luke, and they're all like color graded and stuff. This one's got gold on it, and I didn't realize when I first picked it up, and I got gold all over my hand. So that's awesome. They do dice bags. They do dice rolling trays. They do stickers. They do patches. They're awesome. Go buy their stuff all around.
Yes, they are awesome. They make great Christmas presents for your girlfriend as well.
Oh yeah, they make great. Look, I got. Oh Jesus, I'm stuck. Help! Look, they do little Christmas decoration things.
Oh yes, I forgot about those. Could I just say, by the way, I just want to say a massive thank you to Rob for running this for 2 reasons. I think I first spoke to Rob about my desire to play this game about 2 years ago, and I've been desperately waiting to play this game. So much so that I refused to DM it because I want to play it so much. And so massive thanks to Rob for running it and inviting me, and also giving me the opportunity to bring Pam in as well, who is amazing and I've been seeing for a while now. So thank you very much, Rob.
Who is an amazing mean girl.
Oh, live for Heather.
It's definitely a pleasure, and I am true to my word that I will do it. It just takes me a while to get around to it eventually. I'm true to my word. Just give me a year or 2. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're going to enjoy this again for part 2.
Yeah.
Both as players and our audience, and see you in 2 weeks. Unless there's anything else anyone wants to say. AD, I don't know if you want to say anything. AD.
You said.
Baby.
That means yes, he said.
Can you just hear? Does he want to say anything before we wrap up?
I've got one thing. AD, I'll drop you a text at about 9:45 p.m. tomorrow night, AD.
Excellent.
Cheers, mate. Take care.
Say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye. Beautiful time.